All right, this is chapter 3, lesson 3, multiply decimals by whole numbers. So when I multiply decimals, I can use repeated addition, can help you place the decimal point. The whole number represents the number of times the decimal is used as an addend. So place the decimal point in the product the same number of places from the right as the decimal factor. Okay, so if I look at some examples here, the first example says find 3 times 14.2. Okay, so I can estimate 3 times 14 gives me approximately 42. Okay, or I can say 14.2 plus 14.2 plus 14.2 and see what I get. So when I multiply this, 3 times 2 gives me 6, 3 times 4 gives me 12, and I carry the 1. Right, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 gives me 4, so I get 42, 426. But then I have to place the decimal. So there's one decimal spot, so I move it 1 over. So I get 42.6. That's where the decimal is, okay? The next one they give me is find 4 times 0.95. Okay, so I can estimate 0.95 is approximately 1, so I should get around 4. Use the bar diagram to find the product. Okay, so I have 0.95, 0.95, 0.95, 0.95. There are 4 groups of 0.95 because that's what it told me. Okay, when I multiply this, 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 9 is 36. Plus 2 is 38. 4 times 0 is 0 plus 3. Okay. Now I have 2 spots behind the decimal. So I move my decimal over twice. So I get 3.80. Okay. There are 3 try problems on this page. Go ahead, pause the video, try out the try it problems. When you come back, we will go over the answers. All right, now that you've tried the try it problems on your own, let's go over the answers together. So I have A. A says 5 times 0.25. So I'm going to multiply 0.25 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 5 times 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. Okay. I have 2 spots behind the decimal. So I get 1.25. Okay. Letter B says 8 times 4.47. So I'm going to take 4.47 times 8. Okay, then I'm going to multiply. 8 times 7 gives me 56, so I carry the 5. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 5 gives me 37, carry the 3. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 gives me 35. There are 2 spots with decimals, so I get 35.76. Okay. Letter C says 9 times 2.63. So I'm going to take 2.63 times 9, multiply. 9 times 3 is 27, and I carry the 2. 9 times 6 is 54, plus 2 is 56. 9 times 2 is 18, plus 5 gives me 23. Okay. Again, there are 2 spots behind the decimal. So I go over 2, so I get 23.67. Okay. This lesson continues on page 51, so I can annex zeros in the product. If there are not enough decimal places in the product, you need to annex zeros to the left. To annex a zero means to place a zero at the beginning or end of a decimal. So let's look at some examples. The first example that I have says find 2 times 0.018. So when I multiply 0.018 times 2, 8 times 2 is 16, and I carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Okay? There are 3 place values, so I move the decimal point 3 spots, and I get 0.036. I can always check by adding. 8 plus 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Plus 1 is 3. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 0 plus 0 is 0. These match, so we did it correctly. Okay, so let's look at the next example. It says find 4 times 0.012. So 4 times 2 gives me 8. 4 times 1 gives me 4. 4 times 0 gives me 0. And 4 times 0 gives me 0. There are 1, 2, 3 place values behind. So that's where my decimal goes. Okay, I can check by adding. 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. So 0.048. So you do get the same answer. Okay? So there are 3 try-it problems on this page. Go ahead, pause the video, try out the try-it problems, and then when you're done, we will go over them together. Okay, so now that you've had a chance to try out the try-it problems, let's go over the answers together. Letter D says 3 times 0.02. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 2 places behind the decimal. So I get my 0.06 as my answer. Letter E is 0.12 times 8. So I multiply. 8 times 2 is 16. Carry the 1. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And 8 times 0 is 0. 2 spots, so I get 0.96. Okay. Letter F is 11 times 0.045. So 0.045 times 11, I get 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 0 zeros. 5 times 1 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 0 is 0. 1 times 0 is 0. Add these together. 4 plus 5 gives me 9. 4 plus 0 is 4. I get these 2 zeros. Okay, there were 3 spots. So I move it over 3 times. So my final answer is going to be 0.495. Okay, there were a couple, you noticed in this problem there are 2 extra zeros. I can actually get rid of one of them because it doesn't make sense to write 0.495. Same thing. Okay, that is the end of lesson 3.